Well, my name is Father Ron Escalante, and I was introduced to the Bank on Yourself program by Lisa Kuhn. I originally heard about this program from a radio commercial. I was driving, and I heard the commercial, and it spoke about how this is something that is better than any investment that's out there. And when I heard the commercial, it was still fresh from the downslide of the stock market. So a lot of people that I know from my church, they were affected quite a bit by this stock market crash and the collapse of the real estate market as well. And I was thinking, even though I didn't have a lot to invest, mostly in IRA, the commercial spoke about how this is more effective than even an IRA account. Now, as a priest, we have very limited income, and we were told to prepare for our future retirement because we don't have families that would be available to help us out. So a lot of the help we're going to need will be some of the things that we'll do on our own, kind of prepare for that in the future, at least financially. This was very appealing to me when it says that the Bank on Yourself program can help with covering many of the expenses that normally wouldn't be available to us. So when I logged online to see the website that was advertised, I was actually drawn into Pamela Yellen's book about Bank on Yourself, and also the challenge there to many of the famous financial personalities that if they can find anything better that works better than the Bank on Yourself program that she had presented, she would immediately grant them $100,000 of a prize. And I thought that was very impressive. So I figured, well, it caught my attention, so let me get the book. And I was able to get it through my iPad. I believe it was in the iTunes store or Amazon.com. I can't recall which where I got it from direct. Regardless, it was on my iPad, and I read the book, and every page in there was very easy for me to understand. And what really got my attention more than anything was that using the Bank on Yourself program with the life insurance, that I could benefit from the program even though I'm still living, because there's the misconception that only those beneficiaries will benefit from the whole life insurance. And it shows in there that regardless of the status of the stock market over the years, whether it be the 1929 crash or the 1987 crash or the recent one in 2008, whole life insurance companies that let you do the Bank on Yourself style of a program have never failed to pay their clients dividends for over 100 years. I thought that was just too incredible. And I thought, well, the IRA that someone had set me up a few years ago, well, it goes up and down. So there's no guarantee on the amount that I would be living off when it's time for me to retire. And I just thought that this is well worth looking into. And the examples given in the book were so compellingly easy to understand that I thought, I have to give this a try. So I called the number, the 800 number, and I was channeled to Teresa Kuhn, who is the person that was assigned to me. She sent me the packet with the DVD in there and the information on how the system works. I already learned quite a bit just from Pamela Yellen's concept there, and then Teresa explained clearly to me the rest of the things that work with this program, where if I put the money into the whole life insurance, I would be earning dividends that I could take out whenever I need to for many of the expenses that normally, if I, like for example, after 2 years of being in this Bank on Yourself program, actually not even quite 2 years yet, I was already able to pay for my own car. My old van was already getting old and started to have some issues, and I was able to actually finance my own vehicle using the Bank on Yourself program. So I was able to borrow money from myself, and instead of the interest going to the banks, the interest I'll be paying for this would be going back to my own account. That's really an incredible thing. So that's what I did with the most major purchase made with the boy program. What's also unique about this is even though I had taken money out of the whole life insurance, it still continues to earn dividend as if I had not taken it out. So that's something that there's no other financial program that I know of that does that. Normally, if you take money out, well, you have to pay it back with interest going to other people, but also you're only earning interest based on what's left in their account. So this actually is very, very unique. Also, I can pay myself back whenever I need to. There's no penalty if I start the payment later or when I skip a payment. The biggest plus is if I do start paying myself back, my interest will just get bigger and bigger. So it will compound over time to be a larger amount. But there's so much flexibility with this that I was able to use it to visit family out in California. I have family members out there. So I was able to use this vacation money to borrow from my own account and pay myself back later. So it's really a very, very flexible thing. And I know this can be used for other purchases as well. Some people I read use it for not just saving for vacation, but for remodeling their homes. Some save it up for future college accounts. So I've shared this with some friends of mine, and I know of at least one who's really sold on it. That he switched all of his investments using the Bank on Yourself system. So the benefits really that come with this program is all for the person who owns the money. And it is also very predictable. If there's some guaranteed income that you will have in the future. And that's something no other financier has been able to guarantee, is that you're going to have this much amount on this year. It doesn't matter whether it be next year or 5 years or 20 years from now. There's that guaranteed income that's accumulating as long as you are in the program. So those are the things that I really found very, very helpful for myself. Spend time in the ministry of doing work, the spiritual work to help out people. I'd like to be able to spend more time doing that and not have to worry about my retirement in the future, because I try to get all of those complicated financial things out of the way, because that's not my main reason why I'm in the ministry. So by having been set up with Teresa Kuhn's program here with the Bank on Yourself, it helped me to just concentrate more on the spiritual life of serving God and His people, because I can concentrate more on doing that, because now I feel like I've already set myself up for my retirement. And for Catholic priests, our retirement age is 75. So the less we have to think about these things, and the less we have to worry about volatility of markets and things like that, well, the better it is to concentrate more on doing the work of the Lord. So the variety of uses for the Bank on Yourself, where you become the banker that handles your own financial situations, and that the interest for paying yourself back would go back to you. I think this is the most helpful tool that could benefit anybody. It doesn't matter where you are on financial status. There's always a way to pattern it to your own individual situation, and that's what helped work for me. So that even though with limited income, I'm actually able to have more flexibility on how I could spend my money for things that I need now and things I could save up for the future, and also to be able to visit families using it as part of borrowing for vacation money and then paying myself back.